سلام رفقا، ماریو پوپل هستم. خوش اومدید به این ویدیو. در این ویدیو میخوام بازی Getting Over It with بنت فودی فکر کنم درست بشه، اگه غلط بود حتما بهم بگین. بازی بکنه این که شنیدم سخت ترین بازی جهان شناخته شده، البته در نظر مردم. خب ما میخوام ببینیم این چیه و چیکار میشه با داخلش کرد. ببینی ماریو پوپل میتونه انجام بده. بدون معطلی let's go.
My room, my world's so bright. It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
خب داخل گیم تنظیماتش رو انجام دادیم. اوکی، بیرونش کجاست؟ بک. خب نیو گیم این چی هنو؟ آدم داخلش چیکار میکنه دقیقا؟ با موز هم میره؟ اینجوریه؟ برو این از اینجا چیزی باید چی؟ خیلی رو مخه، برو دیگه. برو برو ای آها آریا قدرت بازیه مگه علکیه. برو
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
برو دستشو نگاه علی. برو آروم آهسته و پیوسته برو. نه تمام شد. نه تمام نشد، تازه شروع شد.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
اینم از نه این زو درد شما بی خودی نیست، رو مخترین بازیه. ای بابا مرده چه زور داره که با یه چکش میگه خودشو بلند میکنه. اونم چی رو هوا نگه میدونه. برو. واسه آب اینجوری یکم هول آها ای گردن شکست بدبخت. بدو اینجوری و اینجوری بدو یه ذره هول مردم چه قشنگ نگاه میکنه داره چیکار میکنم. بدو اینجا دیگه آخر خطه. نه نه گرفتم چی شد. یه ذره هول اینجوری نه اینجوری هول واسه یه ذره بلند چه زوری داره واسه. مطمئن این انسانه برگه سر جاد واسه وان خورد نکن. برو قلقشو گرفتم همجور نمیافتم. چش داشتی میزنی ما بدو برو دیگه بگیر. من تو این ویدیو از اینجا رد چم باید صحبته. چرا پرت پیشی واسه هم مثل قورباغه میپره واسه چرا نمیری. یه ذره برو الان اوکیه. آره اوکیه. گوری رنگوری وارد میشه باید. بودو چه شانسی گیر کرده بود. مونو پنیر و چایی روزای سخت کرونایی. برو به دستوردم برو بس. جرثقیل برو با مثلا جرثقیل مون بهتره. منظور انسان هست. داداش یکم شروعشو در بردم بیم و بودو نه چرا گرفتمت 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 دور میره موفق شده بودم بودو حالا دوباره نه برو عقب‌تر بودو آها نه هول بده هول بده
You can hit the escape key if you need to change the mouse sensitivity.
ما استاد این گیمم نکن به 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 این میگن قدرت بازی بودو
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree. A lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
داغون شدیم
That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
دوباره یه ذره بیاییم و میتونیم از اینجا بریم عکس عمل خوبی بود یکم دیگه بیا برو بالا اوه نه 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 آها خب اولی بودو
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazro intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them. And it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
نه 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 دوباره نه. دیوار ساییده شدی. بای آها کنترل عالی. حالا ما بودی با کله الان سقوط بگیریم توی شیب. بیا پایین. اه اه اوه برو بالا. اینجا دیگه چه سیریه؟ از اینجا چجوری برم بالا؟ از اینجا دیگه چجوری برم بالا؟ آها بودو بودو. نه نه کمک دارم از دره میافتم. بدبخت شدم وای. بابا عجب دره. بودو نه برعکس چه جوری هم ساختن.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
نه دوباره نه. بنداز ما رو بالا. گیر کردم کمک. بودو بیا جلو. آها بنداز خودتو. ننداز خودتو. اوخش چه شانسی. نمیاد. بیا ها سطر آشغال من نجات بده. تو الان تنها امید نجات منی. بودو اصلا کیبورد داره کیه؟ اینجا خب بگی.